Juanita Galvey, Precinct of Ward 2. I would like to see that building knocked down over there on Terrace and some streets. If y'all got those fundings that, like you told me about the teenage mothers, those programs that y'all gonna develop on something else, because you did say that, use my name, but that's okay. But I'd rather for it to go somewhere that it's gonna benefit even more, because they're gonna get theirs anyway, because it's another program getting ready to come out that I'm getting ready to get involved with to help the young women and the mothers. But I would love to see our streets on Terrace Grove fixed. We got money to tear down, but we don't have money to build back up. And tearing down some of these buildings should be rehab, because we got a lot of homeless people out here. And far as the lights, we need lights on Rosalind real bad, and up under the bridge of Superior, and going up under, like going towards the park, going up Forest Hill. We need lights up under there. And I wish that council would come together and use some of that grant money to do it in 2016. If you're going to pass the action plan to fix up. And then also, I'm looking at 2016. In that plan, we can actually, I see grass and stuff that need to be cut real bad. And I know that he was saying that, but he was talking about trees. We talk about grass that's sitting so high that now we got deers hiding behind them, and you driving down the street and you don't know where they coming out at. So, it's a lot of issues going on, but I thank God for council to have an ear to hear and work together on this. Because I don't have no problem when you're working together. I have a problem when you're getting up and leaving. I have a problem when you just disrespecting each other up here, But I just hope that there'll be a change in East Cleveland. Even with, it's another street that I went down, and I'm telling you, you would have to stop your car and hope that it's right here where you coming, like in East Cleveland. It's past Noble Road, and it's going up towards right there on the corner of Euclid. Right there on the corner of Euclid, by that gas station, is a church, and it's going towards Hayden, going down on the other side where it's Noble, but it's like going towards Hayden, and it's really is messed up. So there's a gas station right there. You couldn't miss it. Right there between Noble and Hayden, right there, going straight on down, you'll see it. It's before you even hit the up under the bridge part. You need a light up under there too. Okay, so I just want you to know that I am concerned about the lights, and we do need street lights that's not blinking off and on at nighttime too, for the safety. Thank you.
Ephraim Abdullah, 1872 Grassmere. Coming to you from the Chamber of Commerce, I would like to consider some of the options of the inclusion of the dollars that are being made for services in the community, and what could be an upgrade being actually added on to through other resources that could use the foundation of those dollars, but actually bring in other resources that could expand where more things can be made complete or fixed by adding. And I don't know if it's against the charter, but I haven't seen it in there where that may have. I mean, it's just being more strategic with the dollars. If there's like money set for repairs at $50,000, and then you have a donation of service that people come and do such work that adds $50,000 towards that, that gives you $100,000 to make a complete expansion of the dollars and utilizing them. Chamber of Commerce will be available for you as we come with resources and other elements that could be of value to the city. We will make those things available for you all to make use of. Thank you.
Is there any more individual?
Yep, one more.
Pardon?
One more quick one.
Okay.
Concerns the piece of paper I just gave you guys. I see that Mr. King's walking out on it. But the paper I just gave you guys is on George Riley. He's the guy that owns, he came before us for the Noble Road dump. He's the one that said that he was buying it. He came in here with a whole bunch of lawyers. And those people, well, this is one of his many convictions and cons that he's pulled off. And I got a call from a reporter that did this story, Mr. King. Got a call from a reporter that did this story. And he said, why didn't you guys just put a google.com search on him? And you would have found all these things. The reporter called me today. And he said, here's my story. Just one of many. And the question is real simple. When he came in here, did anybody double check and find out his background? And I felt stupid because I didn't do it. I'm just as guilty as you guys are. Nobody did. Nobody checked him on Google. All you do is put his name in there. This guy here doesn't even own the dump. His wife owns the dump. So did anybody know this? Did anybody do a background check on this man when we made this big sale that you guys put through? And of course the media wants to know this because they're sending me stuff. This is from a reporter. Other reporters who ask it. Did anybody do a background check?
They don't care.
Con artists. That's all.
I don't have it, but I'm going to see.
Oh, here.
I got it.
Here you go. I'll give you a color one. That's what you
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's his picture. You'll recognize when you see him.
I know it
Yep.
is.
It's on 44112news.com right now. You can download the whole thing.
You can download it. Because they don't do background checks on these folks.
First of all, I appreciate Ms. Gowdy, your concern as usual. You are always concerned. And the Chamber of Commerce, I respect that very much and look forward to hearing some reports from you guys. Not just you coming here and saying a few words, but if you got some reports to share with us, share with it so that we can read it up here and that you can be recognized to the fact that you're not just an organization flapping in the wind and nobody knows about it. As far as the proposal, the council has to make the decision about the proposal, but I said it is a great opportunity for us to really get into, and for the first time, I'm saying something, and I don't like to ever use the word fair because there is no, it's in the dictionary, but there is no explanation that is followed that comes out to be fair. Third, Mr. 44112.
News.
I'm going to be exactly honest with you. No. And neither did the, and I'm not taking the responsibility off of the council, but neither did the auditor who pushed for the $125,000 and said that we needed this $125,000 really, really bad. So you would think that if the auditors and everybody above us, I'm not exempting us, but if they're pushing us to deal with this, then something should have been done. And would it have made a difference? I don't know.
Yeah, it would have.
I don't know. But I do know that if you have a record or whatever and you're a contractor, they have been denying you some bidding in East Cleveland. And yes, it is most unfortunate because right now that dump is still causing a problem.
Yes.
And this gentleman here has come into Patterson Park, donated a bench, and was recognized for his work, his good work. So he will not be recognized by this council president anymore. And if there's anything that I could do to remove him, which I'm working very hard to deal with that dump, I would. Is there any more? Yes, sir.
No, I didn't do the due diligence on the individual. I went with the information that was presented to me. But I would just say, when you go after people, realize the repercussions that come from behind that. Because right now, he's employing 15 people from the city of East Cleveland.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's getting homeless people.
I understand that, but he's employing 15 people. So it does be tactful in the way that we address the issue, than to just bogart and knock all the glasses off the shelf. Because remember, if he's within the law, we're gonna have to accept it and deal with it another way. But
No, he's not.
well, I think that this rogue concept or everybody has a checkered past, and I just think
Not like this guy.
I think that we ought to just, before we go pull out the gun, let's make sure that we got all our T's crossed and I's dotted. That's all I'm saying.
And you're right to a point. This makes us be more aware.
Aware.
Mr.
Aware.
Be more cognizant of what we're dealing with when we're dealing with somebody who comes with a shiny coin. All that is shines like gold. And I also wanted to just make this announcement. Our county council, which is Anthony Harrison, is spearheading efforts to ensure continued funding East Cleveland Road Center for Aging Well and New Life Cathedral to the tune of $200,000. This guy is really working, and he is a friend of East Cleveland. And I wanted everybody to know about that. He had a press conference that was just released, and he's one of our young black council people, county council people, who is taking the place of commissioners who created all kinds of havoc in the state of Ohio in the county. So I am really proud of him and will support him to the end. If there isn't any more, yes, sir.
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to make a couple quick remarks in regards to the residents. I would encourage you to go to the next meeting that Melran has when he puts forth what he's looking at doing with the money in the plan, because he gives a questionnaire and you can write stuff in there where you like the money to be spent. Keep in mind, please keep in mind, he alluded to it a number of times. The money that comes in has various restrictions on it, so it can only be used for certain things. And that's part of the problem with the special purpose grant money, the 33 that Nate keeps talking about, it's been on there for 20 years. It's so restricted that it almost makes it difficult. It does make it difficult to use. And while we're on that, it's kind of frustrating, and I want you guys to understand, we can't go anywhere as a body. So I couldn't take all 5 council people down to see HUD. So Councilman Wheeler and I went. Right? We did bring back the information. We did talk about it. And I ask for meetings all the time to talk about things. Right? And I'm constantly told, no, we don't need a meeting to talk about this. That's besides the point. Listen, I can't take everyone down there. Right? So we're trying to get stuff done. and we're trying to move the city forward, and it's gonna take that kind of effort at times. So I'm not trying to disrespect you, Council President, or anyone else on the council. We're just trying to get things done. In regards to tobacco, and I gotta circle back to that, I sit on other
I know where you
boards.
sit.
So I sit on a board that was actually working on it, and Councilman Baker was in on some of those meetings. So when the legislation came up, we wrote a letter to the City Council of Cleveland urging our support for them to pass it. So I just included a note from myself and noted it as Council at Large, City of East Cleveland. It wasn't to slight the council as
That wasn't, pardon me.
I had to get it in because the vote happened Monday, so we really wanted them to know that.
First of all, let me stop you, Counselor. I have no intentions of slighting you on any way for doing anything, and I don't think that it was never your intention to slight this chair. The only thing that I'm saying, we have a lot of legislation that's sitting on the books that nobody bothers to go and examine. The reason I'm so adamant about things is that they're not doing something that we've already done. All we had to do was bring it out, and you say you couldn't find it, but it's there. She found it the other day, and amend it to formulate it to what you want. I don't like. I'll agree with someone else, but I don't like to be bypassed. Not me per se, but this city and this council, when they've already put something in place, not to keep it. You don't follow it. You don't follow up on it. You got legislation sitting here that will address everything in this city. But if we want to do something, I'm not going to Cleveland and say, yes, pass it, or I agree with you. When you do something like that, it's something that we don't even know something about. But we got it right here. It says cigarettes, it says tobacco, it says everything. I went to the senators and everybody and got help on this. What's her name that left here? The law director?
Elmina?
Not Elmina.
Deborah?
Deborah.
Black?
And she helped me write all this stuff. She went and researched it and got it's here. And that's all I'm saying. Mr. King, I really don't have any problems with what you do as an individual on this council. And if you're going out like Mr. Brent said, and getting something and bringing it back, and it's a viable project or it's a viable situation, yes. No, am I going to call meetings that are not specific and have not been, will not come in sequence to what is in the law. So that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to be. I have nothing against anybody, and I don't like arguments. I don't like confrontations. I don't like getting devices up here. And what I am trying to do, and the reason I'm talking so much, is because I want everybody to understand that as a leader of this council, I'm trying to bring on a new perspective and a new perception to what is happening. I can't tell people about their behavior. Cannot chastise. I'm not nobody's mother. But I am responsible for what happens up here or what goes somewhere else in our name. Thank you. And I hope we're having a good day, good night, and